Welcome back into the workshop, people, for a quick roundup for today. Yay! I've got the two cabinets that I made up sitting on top of each other and held together. They're screwed to the base. I had to make up a new wheeled base to replace the existing one. This is a little bit wider than the original one that's replacing. The existing, or the previous one, it's all been knocked down. That could probably be used for the shelving, the loose shelving. I'll need 6 just to go in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe others up there, we'll see. But populated it with some of the containers that came out of the original storage unit, just populating it with some of the tools. It's not going to be quite as capable for storage in some ways, but way more convenient. The fact that now the containers that I'm using are held horizontally, it's not quite as efficient for storage, but man, when I was doing it today and I just tried one in place and I'm thinking, whoa, there's not much wriggle room to the underneath side, so yeah, it's close. It was getting really close to making a wee bit of a boo-boo. And luckily we haven't. And that's what the measurements and the considerations that I'd given it were for. But yeah, it's tight. Very, very tight. So it's good, which means that there's bugger all waste space. Quite surprised and pleased that there's not. There's a little bit of waste space in this, but I did find that the previous version was, because this is 150mm between, and I did find in the previous version that the gap in here was smaller. Whoops, where I'm pointing from, the shelf above and the container itself was a bit smaller, and it was sometimes hard to grab these. You could get your finger in there, but you couldn't kind of like bend it because it takes up extra space. But now that little bit of extra wriggle room for my knuckles is probably not a bad thing. I'll give the overall assembly of it, I'll give it a solid 7. I just noticed that there's a tiny little gap there, probably about 1 mil gap there. That's got to mean one of two things. I got it wrong, or I got it wrong, but it is only just 1 mil, if that. That can only mean that the panels have got a bow in them to allow that, because the other ones are tight. This is probably one that hasn't been screwed, because I'm only able to fix from the side every alternate shelf, of course, so that makes sense. Super solid. There's no backing on it at the moment, and it's still pretty darn solid, so that's pleasing. Still have to do the end panels. They're over behind me, or over behind the cabinet there. Have to make some decisions on what gets put back in. I was contemplating transferring some of those items there that are in the containers over to here, but I might just hold off just now. I might put it in there. The old unit used to store all the batteries and tools, the cordless stuff. I might reorientate stuff and have them down a little bit lower. This area here was actually going to be used for drawers, or this one here at least, maybe even this bay here could be a drawer, because you're looking down into it. Anything above chest to shoulder height, they're no good for drawers, because you can't see, if you're taller, and I'm not all that tall, you could go up higher, but that one would be okay. At the moment, it's pretty academic. It's just going to be what it is until I've got the second unit assembled, and then I can decide what goes where, because that unit there, it's going to be it's 3 rows, but the the replacement one is going to be exactly the same as this. It's going to be the 2 bays. So we'll have to make sure we optimize the spaces or rationalize it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yes, the place is looking a bit of a mess again because I had to move things around. That's normal in a small workshop. Really looking forward to getting some go forward on the new workshop. Wee bit of a conversation yesterday. Things might get cracking a little bit sooner than I was thinking, which is really, really good because I was thinking that it was going to take some time. But we do need some, hopefully, some progress in that department. It's just all getting the legal stuff and what can be done and not done, all these sorts of things. It's not a straightforward me just selling the place. It's got some other considerations. So once that's done, you can believe there'll be some videos about the new workshop. I was watching something the other day and someone was mentioning about the running of electrical cable for a workshop, and I'm thinking, no. Do it like I've done, I think, is a good idea. It's not as nice, to be fair, but if you run a trunking round, or like I've got what we call witch's hat, or the trunking round there, if you ever need to alter or change something, it's external to the wall. I like that idea. I don't like, even though it's neater, I don't like the cables, the plugs and switches in the wall. The reason I don't is because the chances of the format of the workshop changing is quite strong. So to have to worry about that, it all depends. If it's an existing workshop, I'll take what I'm given. I'll be happy for it. But if I get it made, there will be no internal lining. That's the garage type that I'll be looking at. The workshop will be metal clad, metal framed. It's a commercial type of structure. It's almost like a agricultural, industrial type, but it's for the domestic situation. So the purlins or the girts that run around the outside of the wall, I may well have to clad those with something, and that's the stage I can actually run the cables. So we'll see. We just don't know. That's what it comes down to. It's a case of hurry up and wait. The sooner things get going, the better. And I can start. I even thought about not putting these on wheels. I only considered that for about 4.5 minutes. Because it's fairly heavy, I thought, well, do I make up a solid base in anticipation of the workshop I'm anticipating, going into? And I thought, no, that's just, why think like that, David? Because, like I just said before, the format of the workshop may change depending upon what we're using it for. So keeping it on wheels is the right move. I've always thought that, hence everything you see in the workshop other than that rack, which is solidly fixed to the wall, everything in the workshop is on wheels. I know a lot of people don't like doing that. It's not as solid, I agree, but it is that little bit more flexible for my purposes. So, and besides which, a lot of these casters I got for nothing. When we were doing some renovations at a place and repairs, some units were thrown out, so I grabbed the casters. Some I've had to buy, some I've been able to salvage and rescue. So, I rescued them all right. The pair that's down, or the set that's down there, they are the cast steel type, so they're super heavy duty. Probably necessary for the weight that was being put in that unit. So, yeah. Rightio, inside, binge watching a TV series, cup of tea, hit the sack, get back up, come out here, figure out a bit more about that, make up the other 2 units, get it sitting, or the unit made up, and then start transferring things. All sounds positive. That would free up the rest of the garage. Then look at making some drawers and some shelves, although I have decided that I'll make use of those panels for the shelving, I think. Already edge band along the front. That's got PVC, plywood looking edge banding, so chop those up for the shelves. Got some more shelves there. Think about the drawers. Interesting. Rightio, that's it. I'm going to wander off. I'll leave you alone, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, see you later now. Bye.